Uvacha evo sattva gatogastya bhagavan pusanuvaha Indradyumnopi rajarsir dishtam tadupadharayan Apanna panjarinjoning atmasuti vinasini Arjachanu bhavena dadgadate api anusmati. Translation. The Sukadeva Goswami continued, My dear king, after Agastya Muni had thus cursed King Indradyumna, the Muni left that place along with his disciples. So, since the king was a devotee, he accepted Agastya Muni's curse as welcome, because it was the desire of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, although in his next life he got the body of an elephant, because of devotional service, he remembered how to worship and offer prayers to the Lord. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. This is the unique position of a devotee, of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Although the king was cursed, he welcomed the curse because a devotee is always aware that nothing can happen without the desire of the Supreme Lord. Although the king was not at fault, Agastya Muni cursed him. And when this happened, the king considered it to be due to his past misdeeds. Tattenukampang susamikhyamanaha. Srimad Bhagavatam 10th canto. This is a practical example of how a devotee thinks. He regards any reverses in life as blessings of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, instead of being agitated by such reverses, he continues his activities of devotional service, and Krishna takes care of him and enables him to be promoted to the spiritual world back to Godhead. If a devotee has to suffer the reactions of his past misdeeds, the Supreme Lord arranges for him to be given only a token of these reactions, and very soon is freed from all the reactions of material contamination. One should therefore adhere to devotional service, and the Lord himself will very soon see the one's promotion to the spiritual world. A devotee should not be disturbed by unfortunate circumstances, but must continue his regular program, depending on the Lord for everything. The word upadharayan, considering, is very significant in this verse. This word indicates that a devotee knows what is what. He understands what is happening in material conditional life. Juni sarvo sure soro Rojindra kumaro Juni sare sare Rajendra kumaro Ichaye biswe Sudhana মাগিয়ে মরো King Indradyumna was a great devotee. When Agastya Muni cursed him, he was in trance, samadhi, completely absorbed in thinking of the Lord. He had completely forgotten his own existence. He had no thought at all. Still, Agastya Muni cursed him. As a result, he got body of an elephant. Gajasura. When he came to know this thing, that Agastya Muni had cursed him, that he born species of elephant, he gladly accepted it. Gladly accepted it. Oh yes. This is Supreme Lord's desire. Supreme Lord's desire. Srudan Sarvabhutana. Supreme Lord is the only well-wishing friend of every living entity. What he has desired for me, it is all good for me. Nothing bad. Nothing bad. Bhakta knows it. Devotee knows it. So he accepts everything. All reverses, all unfavorable situations, all dangers, all calamities at the mercy of the Lord. At the mercy of the Lord. And the Lord's will is the supreme will. Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, is supreme in all aspects. His will is the supreme will. Nirankusha. And nothing can take place without the will of the Supreme Lord, Krishna. So it is Lord's will. Such cause will come to me. And it is very good. And Bhakta, though a Bhakta, a devotee, is not a sinful person. All his sinful reactions are completely destroyed. Sarvadharman parijajya mamekam saranam braja. Antasra papebhya mukhesai masu. This is the last conclusion of Bhagavad Gita. Giving up all varieties of religion, just surrender unto my lotus feet. Antasra papebhya. I will destroy all your reactions of karma. Only Krishna can destroy. Krishna has that power. Nobody else has power. Such yogis, such jnanis, those who are undergoing very severe austerities and penances and aspiring for liberation, merging into the Brahman effulgence. Do you understand? They have to reap the reactions of their karma. Their karma, karmic reactions cannot be destroyed. Cannot be destroyed. Do you understand? Karmani nirvanti gintu cha bhakti bhadang. Brahma Samhita says. Huh? Karmani nirvanti gintu cha bhakti bhadang. Only this their karma phala, the results of their past deeds, the reactions of their past deeds will be destroyed. Those who are devotees. Those who are trading this path of devotional service under the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master. Those are completely taken shelter at the lotus feet of Krishna. Only Krishna can rest, nobody else can. So one was taken complete shelter at the lotus feet of Krishna. Where is his sin? Where is his sinful reaction? This is all gone. Eka Krishna nama kore sarva papo kheya. That was. Huh? Eka Krishna nama kore sarva papo kheya. Yes. One name, Krishna. If you can chant once, Krishna, all your sinful reactions will be destroyed. Such potency is there. In one name of Krishna, isn't it? You cannot commit sin. Do you understand? The Krishna name has such potency to destroy the limited sinful reactions. You cannot commit such sins. One was taken complete shelter of holy name of the Lord. So what is this sinful reaction? Not at all. You understand? So, Maharaj Indradevamana has taken complete shelter. Lotus feet of Krishna. So what is this? Reaction. Sinful reaction. No. But Bhakta thinks like that. I am a great sinful person. Uttama hoya apna ko mane hota. This is the Bhakta's characteristic. You understand? This is a characteristic of Bhakta. He is very, very elevated person. He says, I am the lowest of the low. Uttama hoya apna ko mane hota. Punad vichanichina. I am more insignificant than a blade of grass on the street. This is the symptom of Bhakta, devotee. You understand? This is the characteristic of Bhakta. He never says, oh, I am a great person. Only fool, materialistic person, fool, ignorant fool says so. A demon says so. This is demoniac attitude. It's not the attitude of a devotee. Demon says, Iswaraham. Where is Iswara? I am. Isn't it? I am Iswara. Huh? Then Prahlad Maharaj says, this demoniac father, oh father, my dear father, you take shelter of that Supreme Lord. Oh, who is that Supreme Lord? I am Ishvara, I am. Ishvara. I am that Ishvara. Who is that? Else than I? Then Prahlad Maharaj said, no, Lord Narayana is the master of three worlds. Oh, I am the master of three worlds. I have conquered three worlds. Trilokya. I am. Where is that Narayana? This demon's attitude. It's not attitude of a bhakta. You understand? Bhakta, devotee knows very well. Demon cannot. Demon says. But Bhakta says, really Bhakta is most elevated person. Krishna Samya hoite hoy, bada bhakta pada. Huh? You cannot be equal with Krishna. He is supreme, absolute truth, one without second. Huh? Ekameva Dvitya Nasti. Krishna himself has said, all Shastras say, Mahaprabhu said, Matta Parataro Nanya Kinchidasti Dhananjaya. Oh Dhananjaya, oh Arjuna, there is nobody superior to me. Huh? Is that superior? Anybody superior? He got me. No, he is supreme. Harisneka Tattam Vidisiva Suresa Pranamitam. Shastra said. Huh? Lord Hari is the supreme truth. Even Vidhi, Brahma, Shiva, Indra, heavenly king, king of the heavenly kingdom, they are all his subordinates or carriers. Isn't it? Brahma, Vidanjini, Utang, they all Shastric evidences. Huh? Ekali Ishvara Krishna are so brilliant. Huh? Krishna is the only master. All are the servants. He is the only master. And devotee knows this. But he never says, devotee never says, I am Lord. I am sovereign Lord. A demon says, Ishvaraham. Demon says. Bhakta Krishna Samya hoite hoy bodo, become his bhakta, his devotee of the Lord. Krishna will give you, will make you greater than he. You would ask him. You would ask him. Huh? You cannot be greater than Krishna, equally. He is supreme in all aspects. This is your constitutional position. Jiveswara Bhai Krishna Nitya Das. This is your constitutional position. You are his eternal servant. Be servant. Remain in your constitutional position. Serve the lotus feet of Krishna. A complete shelter at his lotus feet. You see what Krishna is making. And Krishna, how he makes you greater than he. You ask. You understand? You really? In our tattva, this is tattva vichar, siddhanta vichar. The position of a pure devotee, the devotee of the Lord, greater than. Greater than. This is the Siddhanta. This is our purpose. Krishna makes it. It's not a fact devotee by dint of his own endeavor gets it. No. No, no. Nobody is superior, equal. Big of it. Krishna will make you greater. But the devotee doesn't aspire for this greatness. No, I don't want this thing. I don't want this thing. Bhavatat bhaktir ahet. Na dhanam na dhanam na sundarim kapitamba jagadisha kamaye mama janmani janmari isware bhavatat bhaktir ahet. You understand? This is Mahaprabhu Sikha. I don't want material wealth, material power, no desire for enjoying beautiful woman, wife, no desire for liberation. Life after life, I will unconditionally serve your lotus feet. No condition. It is unconditional service. নিজ গুণ কর্ম দোষে যে যে জন্ম পায় জনমে জনমে যেন তব ভক্ত never disturbs the Lord, "Oh Lord, please destroy the reactions of my karma. Make me free from the reactions of my karma." You understand? Bhakta never says this. Bhakta never disturbs the Supreme Lord. Rather says, "Let me have it. Whatever the reactions of my previous karma, let me have it. Let me have it. But I have only one prayer. What is that? Janame janame jana tava nam gunagay." You understand? Janame janame jana tava nam gunagay. This is the only desire. Life after life, I will just chant your holy name and serve your lotus feet. This much I want. Kita janma যদি হয় তাহাতে উদয়াময় কহিব এ সন্তুষ্ট অন্তরে তব দাস সঙ্গহীন যে গৃহস্থর বাজিন তার গৃহে চতুর্মুখ বুদ্ধি না যাই কখনো হরি করদ্বয় জড় করি করে তব কিং করমিন। This is prayer of a bhakta. It's from Jamana Stotra. Tava dasya sugeika sanginam bhavane swastopi kita janmame itara avasathesu asma bhudapi janma chaturmukhatmana. You understand? Yeah. It's not new thing. Just repeat. Repetition. You understand? This is the prayer of a bhakta. Oh Lord, he says, Vedo vidhi anusare karma kari sansare. Vedo vidhi anusare punna punna janma paaye jiva punna punna janma paaye purva krita karma phale bhakta's prayer. According to the reaction of karma, the jiva gets one after another different types of body. Takes birth in different species. The bhakta says, according to the reaction of my karma or according to your will, if I again get birth, I have only one prayer, O Purushottama. Let me have my birth in the house of a devotee. In the house of a devotee. According to the action of my karma, if I deserve to be born as an insect, cheetah, then let me be an insect in the house of a devotee. Let me be an insect in the house of a devotee. Then I will be very satisfied. I don't want to be born in the house of such a person who was as much opulence as the opulence of Lord Brahma, but he is not devotee. I don't want to be born in the house of such a person. Na chai kokhono hori, korotve jodo kari, kare to king karaminati. With folded hands I pray to you, Lord. Don't give me such birth in the house of a non-devotee who has possessed as much opulence as four-headed Brahma. You understand? This is Bhakta's prayer. And if I deserve to be born as an insect, let me have it. But please allow me to take birth in the house of a devotee. You understand? That means thereby I'll get opportunity to serve you, O Lord, in the species of insects. That atmosphere prevails there. In the house of a devotee. This is Bhakta's prayer. You understand? Because the Bhakta knows very well that if there is devotion, bhakti, then it is all auspicious. Nothing in auspiciousness. If someone becomes king without bhakti, he invites all sorts of inauspiciousness. You understand? Bhakti bina raja hoile o mangala. You understand? Bhakti bina raja hoile o mangala. If you become king without bhakti, then you invite all sorts of inauspiciousness. What do you want? Chidananda. You want to be king without bhakti? Or you want to burn as an insect with bhakti? Speaking from the lips. Krishna knows the heart. He wants to be king, no bhakti. You understand? Then you will invite all sorts of inauspiciousness. Prabhu bole, je janer Krishna bhakti achi, usol mangalata nitya thake achi. Mahaprabhu words. One was who is developing Krishna bhakti, all usol mangal, all auspiciousness, all good is with him. Abhismriti Krishna padaravindayo khenoti abhadrani cha santanoti sattasya suddhing paramatma bhakting jnanam cha vijnana viraga yuktam. 12th canto. Srimad Bhagavatam. Do you understand? Says this. Those who are always, every moment, thinking of the lotus feet of Krishna, You understand? Not forgetting, even for a moment. Then all good is for him. But then the heart is purified. Automatically he achieves, he obtains jnana vijnana vairagya yukta. Knowledge, jnana, vijnana, vairagya, detachment, automatically. You understand? Yeah? And all good is awaiting for him. He gets all good. Kuta sivam tatsaranam vajasavam mahan manasto mukhalistam kuchi pibanti jakarna pute taralam prabho jahambratam jahakrada vismrti chidam. 10th canto. Sadbhavatam. You understand? Maharaj Yudhishthira says to Lord Krishna, oh Lord, those who are every day drinking the nectarian katha, your katha, through their ears, karna pute aralam. Do you understand? Karna pute aralam. Are you drinking? It should be drunk through the ear. No, not through your mouth. This nectar should drunk through the ears. And those are every day drinking this nectarian katha to your solar. Kutasivang. Where is inauspiciousness for them? Is there? You see? Even once was drunk, once, such nectarian honey-like sweet kathamrita of yours, kathamrita, through his ears, once was drunk. All his inauspiciousness has been destroyed. But to speak of those who are every day, always, every moment, drinking, Kudasivam. Where is inauspiciousness? Do you understand? This is it. Impossible! How will it be possible that there is some inauspiciousness for them? It is impossible. And this is a clear example. This Gaudian. He was cursed by Agastya Muni. But is there any inauspiciousness? All auspicious. He accepted with much pleasure. Though he was in the body of a Goja, elephant, still he couldn't forget Krishna. He offered so nice prayers. The whole previous chapter, whole chapter is there. Such nice prayers, potent with all Vedic Tattva, Siddhanta. How is it possible? On the part of an elephant? No, not possible. But how is it possible? Because they are devotees. They have no part. Still they was cursed. But Krishna gave him such opportunity. He could remember. He couldn't forget. And he offered such prayers. And in one line, Dasarupya Muktiya directly went to Vaikuntha. Become associate of love. So, is it inauspiciousness? No auspiciousness. Do you understand? Therefore, Bhakta knows, the devotee knows it very well. Everything takes place as per the supreme will of Krishna. Supreme will of Krishna. Nothing will take place without Him. Will is Supreme. We are singing Bhaktivinoda Thakur song. Tumi sarvasvaresvara Brajendra Kumar. Tava ichhai. Hoy Vishweswara Sanghar. Oh, Brajendra Kumar, son of Brajaraja, king of Brajanandana, Nanda Maharaj. You are the Ishvara of all Ishvara. You are Parameshvara. Supreme Ishvara. According to your will, the creation, the maintenance, and annihilation of this universe are taking place. According to the will. According to the will, Brahma creates. Vishnu maintains. Shiva destroys. And Maya creates this prisoners. Isn't it? It's according to will. Nothing will take place without you. Stand up. Sure. Down. तब इच्छा मते जीवेर जन्म मरण समृद्धि निपात दुख सुख संगठोर according to the will, the birth and death take place of a jiva. Do you understand? The happiness and distress comes according to your will, O Lord. মিছে মায়াবদ্ধ জীব আশা পাশে ফিরে তব ইচ্ছা বিনা কিছু করিতে না পারে। But the conditioned soul is moving here, wandering here, in this material world. Running after so many desires. But he doesn't know that without your will, he cannot do anything. জীব কি করিতে পারে তুমি না করিলে আশা মাত্র জীব করে তবে ইচ্ছা হবে elsewhere. What a jiva can do, oh Lord, if you can't do, it won't do. Jiva is nisakti. Jiva has no potency, no power. You are all potential powerful. Man supposes, God disposes. This is supreme sanctioning authority. Anumanta, Bhagavad Gita. I am the supreme sanction. Unless Krishna sanctions, nothing will take place. Even a blade of grass will not shake. Isn't it? Blade of grass will not shake. তুমি তো রক্ষক আর পালক আমার তোমার চরণ বিনা আশা নাই আর। Oh Lord, you are my protector, you are my maintainer. I have no other desire than your lotus feet. No other desire. নিজ বড় চেষ্টা প্রতি ভরসা ছাড়িয়া তোমার ইচ্ছায় অছি নির্ভর করিয়া O Lord. I have given up all hope, all dependence on my own strength. You understand? And own intelligence, own endurance. I am now completely dependent on your supreme will. Your supreme will. You understand? This Bhaktivinoda Thakur's prayer. His Bhakta, Mahajan, he knows this. Without the will of the Supreme Lord, nothing will take place. So he accepted. This is the will of the Lord. The such cause. Come to me. So he accepted. And there is no inauspiciousness. It's all blessing. You see? Kuto Sivam. There is inauspiciousness. Not at all. Therefore, a bhakta doesn't want anything. It is all very, very insignificant. To occupy the position of ruling the whole universe, even to be Lord of the Rasatala, where body went, and Brahman Dev sent him. There is one heavenly planet in Rasatala, neither planet. That's a opulent action. He doesn't want them. And he doesn't want yogic perfection, yogshi. No nakaprushtam, no taparamityam, no sarvabhaumam, no radhadipatyam, no yoga siddhiran punarbhavam va, samanjasatva, virahajjakankhe, 6th canto, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chitraketu Vakya. Display. And Chitraketu was cursed by Parvati Devi, born as a demon. He accepted it. Like this. He is a devotee. Chitraketu was a devotee. So in his demoniac expresses, he was born as Vrutrasura. Still, how nice prayers he had offered. Though he was killed by Indra, still he directly went to the spiritual kingdom. Because he had not forgotten Krishna. They forgot. He offered so nice prayers also. He said this. I don't want anything. No nakaprushtam, no saparavishtam, no sarvabhaumam, no radhadipatyam, no yoga siddhiran, no punarbhavam va, samanjasatva virahajjakankhe. Oh Lord, I don't want all this. The heavenly achievement, heavenly enjoyment, sarvabhauma pada, the position of Brahma and the position of the ruler of the whole universe, Rasatala Adipatya. You understand? The position of the Lord of the Rasatala and merging into the only fulgence. I don't want. Only Bhavata Atma Virahi. Only I want Sarvana life. This is my only prayer. Only prayer. So, I was telling you, though a completely surrendered soul, dear devotee of the Lord, not a sinful person, still he thinks, I'm a great sinful person. He accepts all the reverses as the blessings of the Lord. So I am such a great sinner. And Krishna is so merciful. He gave me light punishment. Yeah? I would have gotten very severe punishment. Throat would have been cut off. But he only cut off my little finger. Slight punishment came. So merciful. And in this way, he destroyed all my sinful reactions. He accepts like this. And tolerates. He is not disturbed. Yeah? Tatyankum susamukhyamano munjane vatma krutapipakam. Famous verse in 10th canto of Bhagavatam. Vidadhana namaste jajideto sa mukti pade dayabha. Isn't it? Accepting all this as an anukampa, as a favor, as a mercy of the Lord, and tolerates this all reverses. It's come according to the will of the Lord. And mercifully, the Lord is destroying my sinful reactions, tolerates, survives. He becomes free. Go back home, back to God. It's the next assignment. And this is the clear example here. That is what. This.
Nice, very amazing instruction from this verse. So my question is, sometimes we are not free from sin.
Yeah.
So we are very fallen, most fallen, I may say. So sometimes by rendering devotional service, we commit some mistake or like offense like that. And after that, our attitude should be, we should say that let me carry on and suffer due to my reaction, but never give up my service.
Yeah. Devotee never leaves his service. Never. No verses. You understand? No, what you say? Awkward position. Devotee never gives up. This service never leaves this path. Carries on. That we learn from this path. We never disturb at any circumstances. Reaction, oh, this is all. We love the Lord.
Because sometimes many devotees they discouraged because some authorities say you've done offense, commit offense, it's very dangerous, or your back should be spoiled, something like that. Sometimes devotees become affected, become agitated, and then they lose faith and
Therefore we
determination.
say there is no inauspiciousness at all here. There is no question of pessimism. It is all optimism. No pessimism. No. Should not be disappointed. Not be a pessimist. This path, Bhakti Patha, is so potential path and so spacious path. You understand? Nothing is lost here. It's all gain. Nothing lost. This is inexhaustible. My Guru Maharaj said this is an inexhaustible bank balance. It will never be exhausted, isn't it? Inexhaustible bank balance will never be exhausted. Where is the question of disappointment? Where is the question of pessimism? Especially Srimad Mahaprabhu. When Krishna came as Mahaprabhu, is very, very Adhuta Karunya, Adhuta Udarja, Adhuta Vadanya. Wonderfully munificent, wonderfully merciful, wonderfully magnanimous. 3 times Kaviraj Goswami used this word Adhuta. This is Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu, Srimad Mahaprabhu, you see, never minds for your offenses. You understand? But Krishna will mind. Jagannath will mind. Mahaprabhu never minds. Yeah. So merciful. It's like Lord, Jagai Madha, you see. Great sinful person who committed all sorts of sins in the world. He committed such grievous offense at the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda. But all that destroyed. Lord Nityananda is more merciful than Mahaprabhu. You understand? Gaur and Nitai. Lord Nityananda is more merciful than those rascals, Jagai and Madha, let him severe bleeding was there, injury was there in his head. Still he accused them, embarrassed them. Chant Hare Krishna! Such merciful. Hello, Nitai Vinay Bhai! তুমি এমন ঠাকুর, ও নিত্যানন্দ, you are so merciful, wonderfully merciful ঠাকুর, you are there. আমি কেন দুঃখী? Why shall I suffer? Why shall I live such a miserable life? You are such merciful. Lord is there. Isn't it? আমি কেন দুঃখী? এমন ঠাকুর আছে। Nityananda is so much more merciful than Gaura. Oh, so his mercy, even upon Jagai and Malai. Mahaprabhu got angry, but Nityananda excused. And thereby they got Mahaprabhu's mercy. You see. Therefore we first chant Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Radha Sivasadi. Then we begin our Krishna. Because that is so much.
So, Gurumaj, we are very fortunate to be here, especially here in Bhubaneswar, this temple of Nityananda temple.
Yeah, wow, Nityananda Ram is merciful. Powerful. Very powerful. Nityananda Ram.
How can we keep that fortune that we've got here?
Therefore, my Guru Maharaj opened this temple and let the cornerstone and that auspicious waited for that. Stayed here for 17 days. Let that auspicious day come. Didn't leave earlier. He left the next day. Next day he left. Day after midnight, down cornerstone, and he poured all his mercy to the last limit he had then left. Chalo Baba. No, I poured all my mercy here. Any rascal come here, get this mercy. Namesake. One question is there. Radhiko jadi hari tapasa tata king. Naradhiko jadi hari tapasa tata king. Antarvahi jadi hari tapasa tata king. Nantarvahi jadi hari tapasa tata king. Nata Pansaratra. Huh? Lord Hari is your Shiv. What's the need of tapasya? No need. If Lord Hari is not our Shiv, then what is the need of tapasya? No need. Antarvahi jadi hari tapasa tata king. Nantarvahi jadi hari tapasa tata king. Lord Hari is manifested in within and without. Then what is the need of tapasya? Lord Hari is not manifested within and without. Then what is the need of tapasya? That means there is no need of tapasya. Huh? Isn't it? No need at all. Then why it is said one should do tapasya? Tapo divyam putraka jena saukham brahma sukham anantam. Huh? Rishabdev says to his sons, huh? Isn't it? Tapo divyam putraka jena saukham brahma sukham anantam. Huh? This human life is meant for tapasya, he says. Oh. It's not meant for material enjoyment. Huh? Even the dog eat, what is it? Stool eater, hog is enjoying eating stool. Huh? Isn't it? So if you be engaged in this enjoyment, what difference between the hog and yourself? Tapadi Brahmaputragadena Sattu Suddhet Brahma Saucham to Ananta. So this life is meant for tapasya, not for enjoyment, material enjoyment. Then you will be purified, heart will be purified. Ananta Brahma Sukha. You get unlimited transcendental happiness and pleasure. He said. Then there is no need of tapasya. There is no tapasya needed. This is very confusing. Huh?
Yeah.
It's very confusing, isn't it? Can you explain?
I could try.
Yeah, right.
Then, if we can see Krishna within and without,
Oh.
there's no need for austerity. But
Oh.
to come to that point,
Oh.
one has to perform austerity. If one is worshipping Krishna,
Oh.
there's no need for austerity.
Oh.
But until one can properly engage in the service of the Lord, one needs to perform
He
austerity.
said one thing. You have to understand. One who is powerful, that means worshipping Krishna.
Yes.
For him, no need of tapasya. One is not worshipping, for him also no need. Then who will do?
Yes, Krishna.
Huh?
One who's not...
You said one who is engaged in Krishna's worship and see Krishna within and without, for him there is no need of tapasya. And one who is not worshipping and one who is not seeing Krishna within and without, for him also it is not needed. Then for whom tapasya is needed? This is the question. Huh? Do you understand? Then for whom it is needed? And it said tapasya is needed. And here it says, it is not needed for this person, not needed for that person also. Then for whom it is needed?
When we visited, you know Krishna.
in between.
In between. Yes, in between. Do you understand? In between. In between. Those who are in between. In between. Those who are not first-class devotees, those who cannot see Krishna within and without, those are not really perceiving Krishna, and those are gross materialists, too much addicted to sense enjoyment, like stool eater, hog. For these two types, no needed. Those who are in between, for them, you understand?
So, how can we call those who are in between?
Yeah.
They're not inquisitive. So, what's the need to go undergo austerities with the inquisitiveness is not there? What's the name of those who are in between? Those people.
Yeah.
What can they be called?
Then they are called, what do you say? Madhyampanthi in Sanskrit we say. Who? Tabu Bhu. Huh? Those who come in between this thing. One is extremist in this end and another in that end. Extremist. You understand? Those who are extremist in this end, upward, extremist, great devotees. Those who see Krishna within and without, honestly. They are always engaged in worship. Krishna, love, pleasure. They are extreme. And those are Mudhatama, gross rascals. You understand? No touch. The consciousness is covered consciousness, like tree, harbor zone, tree and mountains. You understand? Though they have human form of body, the consciousness is very, very, I would say, covered up to the Chetana. For them it is not needed. You understand? But those who come in between.
That means human being.
Oh yes, human being. Others cannot do. Human being can do. You understand? The Grihasthas, those are attached to their family. Attached to their family. Suffering and suffering. And sometimes a great shock comes. Great shock. Great shock. Oh, wife dies. Oh, wife dies. Son dies. Great shock comes. At that time they, oh, what happened? Oh, Lord. Sometimes they think of Lord. They come in between. And Vaishnava goes to their house and doesn't spare them. Develop this concept. You understand? Yes. They come in between. You understand? Otherwise, apparently it is confusing. Apparently it is confusing. There is no need. It is needed. No. Explained by Acharyas. Unless you approach an Acharya who knows this tattva, how can you understand this thing? By your speculation? No speculation will help you. Isn't it? No speculation will help. Well, they come in the jeep. Yes? In the jeep person. Oh, how are you?
Your discussion was very Gopinath. Gopinath Prabhu was.
আর কাকু আসুন পথে রইলে কোন ধন্যবাদ. So you came from Puri? Just now coming? Earlier?
Down and then
You stay? 2 days you'll stay. All right. इंग्रेजी कौन सी? संस्कृत में? हाँ. Once Mahaprabhu came to the house of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya very early in the morning. At that time, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was sleeping, lying on his bed. Got up. Mahaprabhu knocked at the door. Immediately got up on his bed. He has not washed his teeth, nothing. Just Mahaprabhu's calling. Mahaprabhu had brought some Mahaprasad, Jagannath Prasad, and gave him. And gave him. And he immediately took, without washing his mouth, teeth, there's nothing, immediately. Then Mahaprabhu was so much pleased that from today, all your karmic reactions are gone. You are now free, completely free from this entanglement. sansar bandha. You understand? Maya's entanglement. Bondage. Completely. Mahaprabhu asked, what is that? You didn't wash your teeth and you took. Oh yes. That is the Shastra. The Shastra says, no kala vicharana, no question of consideration of time, place and circumstances. As soon as you get Mahaprasad, immediately, no kala vicharana. You understand? Nitumba durodesadaha. You see? Suskam parjusitumba. Mahaprasad never becomes polluted. You understand? Never becomes polluted. It's Mahaprasad is Krishna Bhakta Khadya. Krishna has tasted it. It's transcendental. It's not material food. It never dries up. You understand? It never becomes polluted. People take it to thousands and thousands of miles, and they take it there. They keep it in their houses for months and years together and taking it. There's no consideration of time. As soon as you get Mahaprasad, mercy of the Lord, Rupa. It's transcendental, it's not material. This is, one should understand it very clearly. And this should be the feeling inside. Therefore we chant with taking Mahaprasad. Sadhu Savadhan, Mahaprasade Govinde, Nama Brahmani Vaishnave, Swalapo Punya Vatangana, Vishwasu Maivakar. Isn't it? Vishwasu Maivakar. Those are less intelligent person. They have no faith. Mahaprasade Govinde, Nama Brahmani Vaishnave. You understand? They have no faith in Mahaprasad. They think it's a material. Oh, it is polluted. Fresh food. The garment of pain survive. If they take, they will suffer, they will have diarrhea. You understand? Definitely. They have no faith in Mahaprasad, they have no faith in Nam Brahma, they have no faith in the deity, installed deity of Govinda. You understand? So those who have developed complete faith, they are so great devotees. Only one who eats prasad is purified. Only eats prasad is purified. And develops Krishna, God Bhakti, and is promoted to the spiritual kingdom. You understand? Even, you see, Raghunath Das Goswami is saying, they are collecting the Mahaprasad, thrown out Mahaprasad in the drains. In the drains, he is collecting. It's thrown out. In drain. Nasty, filthy place. He's collecting. Taking to his kudiya, washing it, water, and taking that as some of the Mahaprasad, he dries in the sun and keeps it. Mahaprabhu was thinking, what was Raghunath Das Goswami doing? Inquire. Once found Govinda, his servant, what was? Previously, Raghunath Das Goswami was standing in front of the Lion's Gate, Puri temple, with a begging bowl. The devotees were purchasing Mahaprasad, and when passing, they give something in this bowl. We are just accepting it. Now he stopped that. He was not standing there, not begging. What was he doing? Mahaprabhu. Now he doing this, just collecting, thrown out Mahaprasad in drain and accepting it. Once Mahaprabhu went there into his taste similarly and took one handful. Oh, so nice Mahaprasad you are taking, you are not giving me. This is the glory of Mahaprasad. मैं कहाँ कहूँ उनको बिना था पूर्व जब भी जाएगा हमने पकड़ खाओ सीओ
The Lord Krishna at midnight,
oh yes
Bhagavan at midday,
yes
to combine the whole Lord Chaitanya was born at Zambia this time. So,
oh yes oh. Yeah, that is our last part of the Lord's lesson. Now he asked one. We are speaking about Mahaprasad.
in the temple,
Do you understand?
Jagannath,
Mahaprasad. He said in last he said last Gaura Purnima day he took some Mahaprasad brought from Jagannath Puri. Some of your relatives took it. And this is our principle. Prati matrena bhuktavya. No kala vicharana. As soon as you get Mahaprasad, immediately you take it. No consideration of time, place. As Sarvam Bhattacharya immediately got without cleansing his teeth, face, mouth, nothing. You understand? Mahaprasad was good. So, but in Vrata Divas, as Ekadashi Vrata, so the appearance day of Mahaprabhu is a Vrata Divas. You understand? Appearance day of Lord Krishna, Vrata Divas. At that day, we don't take Mahaprasad. We don't take Mahaprasad. Isn't it? Because that is for us. Devotees. Krishna never does Vrata. All food stuff are prepared for him and offered. Isn't it? For Krishna. But devotees don't take it. They keep it. They pay respect to Mahaprasad. You understand? They keep it. They take the next day. That is Parana. This is principle for us. So he asked that he took Mahaprasad that day. So did he commit any wrong? He asked, did I commit any wrong? I said, Mahaprabhu has taught us this. This is Mahaprabhu's Siksha. Mahaprabhu has said, when he is teaching Sanatana Goswami, teaching Vishvaiti Bhakti. You understand? So, one of the principles of Vaidya Bhakti is Ekadasi Upavasa. This is one of the principles. On Ekadasi day, Vrata Divas, you should fast. Should not take Mahaprasad. You understand? Vaishnava every day takes Mahaprasad. Isn't it? Vaishnava never takes anything which is not offered to Krishna. Isn't it? If he takes, if someone takes some food which is not offered to Krishna, then what will happen? Yeah?
Simple.
It's sin, Gita says. You understand? That is in Bhagavad Gita. Punjate tetang adhang kachanti atmakaranat bhunjate tetam aghang. Isn't it? Gita says, those who cook food for themselves, not for me, and don't offer me, they eat. They eat sin. You understand? Narada Pancharatra says, the persons, those who eat food and drink which are not offered to Krishna, they eat stool and urine. You understand? That food is like stool, the drink is like urine. Do you understand me? It's like that. The Narada Pancharatra says like this. And Gita says, Bhunjate tirthagam. They eat sin. Huh? And prior to this, we are talking that only one takes some person, he does no other sadhana, only takes Mahaprasad. You understand? He spiritual. He goes still direct to spiritual kingdom, quitting his body. Such develops Krishna. You understand? Such Mahatma. Mahatma is there. Mahaprasad. Many instances are there. As we say, Raghunath Das Goswami is collecting Mahaprasad from drains. Thrown out Mahaprasad. Polluted. People think it is polluted, they throw out the drain. When Raghunath Das Goswami was collecting that Mahaprasad from the drains and wash it, then he eat it, then dries something in the sun, gives it. For future, you see, it never becomes polluted. This is Mahaprasad. The Mahaprabhu was taught that once at Puri, on Ekadasi day, someone gave some Mahaprasad to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu paid respect, Mahaprasad, and started Kirtan. He said, first we'll do Kirtan, after Kirtan we'll take Mahaprasad. So he started Kirtan with his devotees. And Kirtan continued till whole night was spent in Kirtan. Then Ekadasi passed away. And on Dwadashi day, Mahaprasad. He took Mahaprasad. That Mahaprabhu has taught us. You understand? It's Mahaprabhu's teaching. So he was asking that question. He said, I took Mahaprasad on the appearance day of Mahaprabhu. Did I commit any wrong? I told him this story. Mahaprabhu was taught us like this. You understand? Another story is there. Many stories are there. The story is in Narada Pancharatra. I was reading the story. One person is he's a Brahman. He's born in Brahman family. But he has not acquired any Brahminical qualities. You understand? He was much attached to material enjoyment. A real Brahman is not attached to material enjoyment. You understand? A real Brahman. So once he was coming, he had some sukruti previously earned. So he got, on the way, he got some Mahaprasad. That was fallen on the street. You understand? Fallen on the street. All people are passing, but Mahaprasad is fallen there. Someone had dropped some post Mahaprasad. It's all smeared with dust. But he had such sukruti, he took it up. and his son was with him. Both father and son took some Mahaprasad. You understand? Taking it up like this Raghunath Das Goswami. Then he took something to home for the wife of that person, you understand, for his wife. And his wife also took some Mahaprasad, that person. It's mentioned in Narada Pancharat that both of them, the whole family, became purified. All their sinful reactions are destroyed. You understand? And all of them, after quitting body, straight go to the spiritual kingdom. Straight went to the spiritual kingdom. Yes. This is glory of Mahaprasad. And we should, in that mood we should accept. This is most important. It's not material form. Krishna tasted it. It's all transcendental. It doesn't become polluted. You understand? It is transcendental. It's nothing material. Never becomes polluted. So people take it thousands and thousands of miles and take it, accept it, and keep it in their houses months and years together also. And accepting every day, some portion, some portion. Generally we do here. We have this Mahaprasad. This is most important thing, this bhav, mood. If you have some other thing, mood, oh, it is too old now, it has become polluted. Some bad odor is coming out from it. If you just think it, you'll be punished. You'll get the reaction. You just thought of it. But still we take it. Still you take it because you have heard this thing. This is Mahaprasad, not material, this is transcendental food. We should pay respect and immediately we accept it. But this thought unconsciously came to your mind. You understand? Some bad odor is coming out. It's not good. Unconsciously it came to your thought. But still you take. Immediately you get the reaction. They will have diarrhea, stool and fall ill. If someone never gets this thing, and pure wow, this horse, this was nice, Mahaprasad, gets the result. Our function result. This is the most important thing. Therefore, before accepting Mahaprasad, we caution one and all. Sadhu Sabdhan! This caution. Sabdhan means be cautious. You understand? Oh Sadhu, be cautious. Are you taking Mahaprasad? Then we chant this thing. Mahaprasade Govindne, Nama Brahmani Vaishnave, Svalpa Punya Vatangana, Vishwasam Naivadayate. We chant this. And then we accept. Then we also chant Sarva Vidyadhara like this. Then this is caution. Oh Sadhu, be cautious before taking Mahaprasad. Have full faith in it. It is not material food. It is transcendental food. One who is less intelligent, he has no faith in Mahaprasad, in Govinda, deity installed in the Govinda deity installed in temple, thinks it to be an idol. Nama Brahma, the holy name, and Vaishnava. Thinks Vaishnava. Born in what family? Oh, in blessed family, Mohammedan family, Christian family, like this. You understand? He is a great offender. Must go to hell. So, before accepting Mahaprabhu, we chant this thing. This is caution to you. Be cautious. Sadhu sabdha. You understand? Most important. Otherwise, without this, if you take Mahaprasad and unconsciously something comes out, it's not nicely cooked. Some bad odor is coming out. It is stale now, stale food. You understand? If this thing comes to you, then you commit offense. And you must be punished. And you'll get rest. Definitely.